He was a hero to us. I think he was a hero to all American musicians. So when he walked in that door, we were all terrified, and the whole school was there. The actors would come, and the faculty would come, and the dancers would come, because they all wanted to be in the presence of Leonard Bernstein.
The iconic American conductor, composer, pianist, educator, and musical ambassador Leonard Bernstein was born 100 years ago in 1918. This year, concerts and commemorations to celebrate his legacy are taking place around the world, including right here in Hampton Roads. This weekend, the Virginia Arts Festival will present 2 Bernstein at 100 concerts, featuring the Virginia Symphony, the Virginia Chorale, Todd Rosenlieb Dance, and a number of other special guests, including Bernstein's daughter, Jamie. This is Wayla Chambo, and I'm delighted to welcome VSO Music Director Joann Falletta to the WHRO studios today to talk with us about Bernstein and these upcoming concerts.
All right. Very brave. Very brave. We want to go up 2 octaves and back.
I was browsing around on YouTube, like you do a few months ago, and I came across a video of Bernstein conducting The Rite of Spring. And I ended up watching the entire thing. It was just so compelling.
Yes.
And even watching videos of him conducting or of his speeches, you can tell that he had this real magnetism and also this just intense intellectual power and energy. And I can only imagine what that must have been like in person.
It was like a force field. I mean, it was really, it just changed the atmosphere in the room. He was so intense and so focused on this music. He was the music. He became the music.
Is there anything that you learned from those classes that really sticks with you and influences your work today?
Yes, I think the thing that I will always remember him saying again and again is that it's not about the technical details. It's not about how you beat 4/4. It's not about giving a cue. It's all about the passion in the music, the connection to humanity, the emotion in the music. That's what it's about. And he was absolutely right. And you could just watch him on the podium and know that it was coming from his heart, everything he did.
And this program that you're doing on Friday and Saturday shows a lot of different aspects of Bernstein as a composer. It seems like you have the Candide Overture, you have the Chichester Psalms, Prelude, Fugue, and Riffs, the Serenade, and also dances from West Side Story. What are you most excited about sharing with the audience in these concerts?
Well, just what you said, the diversity. We tried to get a little bit of every style of his because he was so eclectic and so interested in everything. Of course, Candide is a great curtain raiser, and it's a brilliant 4 minutes of music. But then the sweetness and the tenderness of his Chichester Psalms, which he wrote for the Chichester Cathedral in England. The Symposium, which just sounds so off-putting because it's based upon one of the Plato dialogues, but it's all about love. I mean, Socrates would teach his classes by asking his students to tell him what they thought the definition of love was. Some of them are funny, some of them are very lofty, some of them are really very erotic. And Bobby McDuffie plays this piece brilliantly. It's a tour de force, and it's one of the most enjoyable, most beautiful violin concertos I've ever accompanied.
And dancers from Todd Rosenlieb Dance will be joining for the Prelude, Fugue, and Riffs.
Yeah, that's another unusual piece, written actually for Woody Herman, but eventually recorded by Benny Goodman. It's pure jazz. I mean, it's a short piece of pure jazz. We hear the brass playing jazz, we hear the saxes playing jazz, and then the solo clarinet comes in. No strings, just sort of a jazz band. Rarely done, so I'm thrilled that John Manasseh, one of the great solo clarinetists in the country, is coming to join us for that. West Side Story, of course, that's him on Broadway, and I don't think there's a better musical ever created than West Side Story. I mean, it's physically riveting, it's kinetic, it's filled with dance, it's filled with drama, and again, it's filled with hope. I mean, maybe that was a kind of a theme of Leonard Bernstein. He believed in people. He believed in the possibility of a good world, and we always see that. So people will hear a little bit of every style of Leonard Bernstein.
Are there any aspects of Bernstein's legacy that you think tend to be a bit overlooked or that you would like to see get more attention?
You know, in a way, Bernstein was so gifted in so many ways that we almost forget that he was a great pianist, great solo pianist. People don't think of him that way, but he was fabulous. He was a great orator. I mean, he spoke so brilliantly, and some people remember his lectures, his Harvard lectures, or his young people's concerts.
Yes, definitely.
But I don't know. I think it's almost as if there was so much to him. For me, I remember other things as well, that he was the person who introduced Gustav Mahler to the United States. We wouldn't be listening and playing Mahler as much as we do with such joy if it hadn't been for him. And he was the one who laid the groundwork for that. He was the one who made it possible for Europeans to accept American musicians, because he was so great that he was invited everywhere. I mean, imagine a Jewish conductor conducting Mahler in Vienna and in Berlin. I mean, that at that time, that was shocking. And when the Berlin Wall came down, who did they ask to conduct the Beethoven 9? Leonard Bernstein. I mean, that puts him on a platform where no one else is.
Virginia Symphony Music Director Joann Falletta sharing some of her memories of Leonard Bernstein and reflecting on his legacy. Joann will be conducting the Bernstein at 100 concerts presented this weekend by the Virginia Arts Festival, Friday night at the Ferguson Center for the Arts in Newport News, and Saturday night at Norfolk's Chrysler Hall. Tickets and information are at vafest.org.